rice are very popular in Yunnan province. Locals here can eat it 3 meals a day if they choose. I'm here in front of a restaurant that looks really popular, as I can tell from all the cars parked out front. So I'm gonna go inside and have a taste and see how good it is. I'm going to go through the process from beginning to end, and starting with cooking the noodles. So they have the strainers here for beginners. Put a little bit of noodles in here, and we're going to come over here and dip it in the boiling water. For a softer noodle, you want to go 4 or 5 times, and for a harder noodle, you know, about 2 to 3 times. So just kind of going up and down. I like my noodles a little bit on the softer side, so I'm going to go with about 5 times there, maybe some 6 times. We'll go from here and add it into one of these bowls. And it's all ready to go. So here's my noodles, my final product. And let her add some beef to it. Please, new row. Oh, just this is fine. Please. Perfect, thank you. Oh, okay. How many bowls can you expect to sell in a day?
大概300碗吧。在这儿，我家有2个店的，我们有10多年、16年的历史了。
Go ahead and add some of these green onions here. Well, it's up to you. It's up to the viewer how much spice you actually want to put in there. I love garlic as well, so I'm going to add some garlic to this. Add a little bit of spice. Maybe add a little bit of this soy sauce, vinegar there. Not sure what this is, but throw some in there. When in Rome, right? Okay. I have some ingredients in. Now it's time to add the soup. I'm going to take some of this and turn it into a soup here. It's all beef broth. It's very tasty. Looks like that's well, it's the first time for everything, and I can honestly say that it's my first time cooking rice noodle in Yunnan province. And so here, from beginning to end, at least except for cutting the beef, I get to try my own concoction here. So I'm going to give it a taste. Oh, sure. Very good. Even though I dipped it about 5 or 6 times, it's still a little bit on the firm side, but it's still pretty good. This is a great meal for a cold day when it's cold outside. So here's another popular place for serving noodle made out of rice noodle. Except here, they serve it with duck. So when you order a rice noodle for about 8 yuan, you get duck breast that comes with it. Now if you want extra duck pieces with your soup, with your rice noodle, you can get wing or the head for an extra 4 yuan. You can get a duck foot, the flapper part there, for 1 yuan, or you can get the leg for 5 yuan. change taste from place to place. It tastes typically the same, but the meat definitely adds a different flavor to it. So duck with this, actually I prefer the duck over the beef. I think the duck tastes a lot better with the noodle itself, especially with some of the ingredients. I think it's because of the broth. The broth adds a different flavor to it from the meat. It's really good.
喝早点酒，大部分的人的习惯嘛。因为这个99%的人基本上都要喝早点酒，90%上班才有力气嘛，精神抖擞啊，干起活来是有力的嘛。
Oh, hey there. Oh, so we've arrived at the Lotus Farm. And they say that dinner tonight depends on me and how much lotus root I've actually can dig up today. And oh man, it looks like they weren't kidding. So here's a bunch of boots. Looks like they provided some of the stuff. I have pretty big feet, especially for China. So let's take a look, see if I can find the biggest one. There's a size here. There's a 41, so about a 44 or 45. Well, there's a 40. So it looks like I'll go with this pair right here. Might be the biggest size. If I can't dig up some lotus roots so we don't go hungry tonight, come on, let's go. Well, that's a challenge. It's a lot of work for this root. It tastes delicious, but I didn't realize how much effort actually went in to getting this. That's why it tastes so good, I guess, and that's why they serve it at their meals. But it's definitely it's a lot of hard work. I can imagine these farmers coming out and really getting their hands dirty, and digging in there. I don't know how much quicker they are than we are, than I am doing that. It's definitely a lot of work digging through. And I mean, I imagine having a shovel would be a lot easier, but then you'd stand the chance of breaking it. Maybe they'll fry this one, maybe they'll stew these. Who knows what they're gonna do with it. Now it's time to go clean them up, wash them in the water, and pack them away. Lotus root is okay to eat raw, and now that it's clean, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite and see how it tastes. Really good. How true.
你们这是在做什么呀？
打水草。
水草。
对。
干什么用的？
喂猪的。
家里养的有猪？
有。
有几头啊
？6头。
6头，算多还是算少？在你们这儿？
这么多，少呢。
算少的是吧？
对。
啊，多的一般一家养了多少头
？10几头。
为什么你们家的都是女人们出来干这种活儿？
我们是一起来的嘛。
一起来的，
不是你的干活，是男人也干，但是打水草是你的做的。
为什么呢？
啊，拿着猪拿着打鱼，拿着可以打鱼，可以种地嘛。
可以种地哈，他们干重一点的活。
他们是种红的，我们是轻的。
啊。我看你这打的已经挺多了，这个船已经吃水很深了。
没事。
没事。
还少呢。
打多少才够6头猪吃啊
？1船左右。
And now it's time for our second dish, fish. And here, as you can see, some boats and a fisherman. I'm gonna go out on the water and try to catch us some fish and see if we can have a full course meal tonight for dinner so that everyone doesn't go hungry or just at least really hungry off just only lotus root. This is the only region where the Yi people live by the water. Most other Yi people live in the mountains. Fishing is their lifestyle here. They catch fish, they live off of it. It's quite the process. You know, you throw the net out, you bang the bamboo stick on the water, try to scare the fish into the net, bring the net in and hope to catch something. But unfortunately, we brought in all that net and nothing came up. So then what do? You just keep trying again and again until you get some fish. At least that's what the Yi people do. No fish. The holes in the net are pretty big, so we expect to catch some fairly large fish, or fairly big fish, and it doesn't look like we're catching any today. So it looks like we're just having lotus root for dinner. Vegetarian meal tonight. Puja He is famous for its fish, shrimp, and lotus root. I've just stepped inside a local Yi family household that they also use as an inn and restaurant where people can come and stay and even eat here. So, because Puja He is famous for its fish and shrimp and lotus root, you can come here and try many great delicacies. Well, I dug up this lotus root not too long ago, so now I'm ready to prep it and get it ready to cook. Okay, first we cut off the ends, and then we get it ready to peel. When you bite into it, it tastes a little bit like dirt, so we want to try to avoid the dirt taste. So now we'll go ahead and go wash it and just start cutting into slices. Do some thin, some thick. So we have the lotus ready, the lotus root. So we got them all cut up now. Go ahead and put them on this plate. Now they're all ready to be cooked. Okay, so first we add a little bit of pepper to it. There's enough here, I'm just going to add it all. We add some Chinese sauerkraut. I don't know how much. Add a little bit of salt to it. Take a pinch here. Make sure we mix all this in, get the flavors really sink in the lotus root. The lotus root tastes good, so I'm sure there are many ways Chinese cook it, but now we're cooking it with just a couple different spices. So it'll have probably a fairly simple flavor, but the sauerkraut and the peppers will definitely give it a lot of a kick. So it's almost ready. Well, every chef worth his or her salt should try the creation after he or she's made it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Well, it's not bad. It's not that good either. It's a little on the oily side. I can taste the sauerkraut, the flavor with that. It's not too spicy, even though it has some peppers in it. Lotus root, I think, tastes good no matter how you cook it. I'm sure you can mess it up, for sure. But they're definitely experts at cooking the lotus root, since it's a local delicacy here, local cuisine. Judging by how I did this, I think maybe I was first planning on going to cook the fish, but I think I'll leave that to the experts now. So hopefully I don't mess up the fish. So here at the restaurant, they prepared a great meal here for its guests, and they've included some of the local delicacies that they offer here in Puja He. Now, Puja He, as I mentioned before, is famous for fish and shrimp. So here we have fish and shrimp together. The fish caught from the local lake, from the pond. The fish is fresh, and what you can do, you can taste the water in it. So here, they also have shrimp. I like shrimp. Coming from the coastal region in the U.S., near Seattle, and they catch the shrimp, and they eat it whole just like this. And before I saw it in the streets where they would be picking everything out, picking some of the fish out and the shrimp, and then let it dry out in the sun, and then eat it in different ways. And sometimes they'll eat it with a sauce or with some spice, and they'll sort of dip it in. So it's just a fried shrimp. Here is sanchi, a very popular medicine, raised here, farmed here in Puja He. After it's ready to be harvested, they'll include it in some of their dishes. They'll include the root, and they'll cook it in a soup. So a bit of a bitter root taste. Has a little bit of that root, that earthy taste to it, coming from the ground. And you know, taste a little bit, maybe a mix between carrot and some other type of root when it's cooked. And then of course, along with the chicken, makes it a tasty meal. On a cold day and you're feeling not too well, feeling a little sick, drinking some chicken noodle soup is always a good thing. It warms me right down to the bone, and always makes it feel like mom's taking care of you. The county we're in,丘北 County, is famous for a Chinese medicine called sanchi. From the highway, you can see these black tarps stretch forever, and they cover where they grow the sanchi. According to traditional Chinese medicine, and to many Chinese, sanchi is a very important medicine for them. Apparently, it helps the circulation of the blood. Here you can see the workers working underneath these tarps, and see many women and men sort of underneath preparing the crops for the planting of the sanchi. You also take sanchi?
对。像我们这边的话，比如说你炖鸡、炖药膳的时候，经常可以放一点三七在里面。三七的话，它是一种很补的中药材。
Why is it called sanchi?
三七的话，它是所有的中药材里面唯一一种用2个数字作为 名字的中药材。它呢是因为它有3枝7叶，所以称为三七。这个的话是三七开花以后结出来的籽是红色的，然后拿回来以后呢，要用那个水清洗，清洗过了以后呢，要在上面敷上一层药，现在呢才能拿来种。
So in a few years, I can come back here and see maybe just this section. I've planted some sanchi. And what's the reason for this, for the black tarp up above?
这个的话它是遮阳网，因为三七的话它是晒不了太阳的，它呢非常的娇贵，不能干，不能冷，不能热，也不能潮。
So what are we doing here?
这个的话是种三七的最后一步工序，就是让这个松毛呢盖在这个三七上呢，给它起到一定的保暖作用。2、3个月以后，它就长芽，就发出那个叶子出来了。
So here after 1 year, this is what typical sanchi plant will look like. So here's a healthy crop after about 1 year. So maybe from this section to this section, about 1,000 plants will be sold for about 700 RMB, 700 kuai here in China. So a fairly expensive medicine. A local family that lives very near the crop fields has graciously allowed me into their home, where they have sanchi. So here is 3-year sanchi. What they do is they separate the bulb and the root, and they use them for various reasons. Sanchi, after it's fully developed and dried in the sun typically, goes for about 2,000 RMB, 2,000 yuan per kilogram. At today's exchange rate, that's about $320 US per kilogram. So it's fairly expensive. But many Chinese people use it for their medicine and daily well-being. So many of them consider it worth the expense. Well, I started this trip with a slight cough. So although I'm getting over it slightly, in traditional Chinese medicine, this is supposed to help my cough. So let me take a little bit of a bite and see if it does the trick. Not bad. Has a similar flavor to carrots. Yeah, just a root. Tastes good. I'm standing on a platform high above a sinkhole here in Puja He. Sinkholes are formed usually over time with circulating water beneath the ground, eroding some of the rock away. This particular sinkhole happens to be about 300 meters across and about 50 meters down. It's pretty deep, a really big sinkhole. I'm kind of bummed I don't have some of my climbing gear and some of my climbing friends to explore some of these rocks, but it's definitely a great view to see on this sunny day. It's magnificent to look out here and see what nature's created. Hello! I think that was beautiful music. I could actually picture myself listening to that on the radio. How about this instrument? Can you tell me a little bit about this?
这个乐器是我们这个彝族独有的一个乐器，叫做乐琴。
Is it an old song or a new song?
它是一首老歌，它是我们这个彝族支系一个博人的一首这个最老的歌曲。
How about the some of the decorations? Like I noticed the dragon at the end of this instrument here. Does everything play significance? Have a role in your outfit as well?
博人听说以前是从这个海外那边来的，所以这个的衣服上镶有的这些都是贝壳，它是从海里面来的。我们以这个博人是从海外那边清过来的，所以说是这样的说法。
I'm really interested in the dragon head, especially in some of the markings here on the inside.
这龙头啊，龙头它是代表我们这个彝族的一个图腾。这个镜子呢是一个是可以辟邪，另外一个呢我们在青年男女在冰弹冰跳的时候，可以边照镜子边看一下自己的样子，是吧？
哪的羊长哪的，
耳朵心分享，
美叫盘羊，
哪的羊做哪的，
哪的羊长哪的。
现在我穿这一身呢，就是我们彝族的盛装。然后现在就是这一身的话，就是我们准备，到18岁以后就准备为自己做嫁妆的。做这个帽子的时候，就要看哪个女孩子比较勤快，手比较巧，然后她做的比较高，就是这样说的。然后这个裙子上面这一根呢，就是说，我们出去外面跳裙子的时候，然后我看上哪个小伙子的，然后我把这个装在他裙子上，也是一种定情的那一种。弹这个的话，我不怎么会，因为我们一般是男孩子弹，然后女孩子唱，一般都是这样。然后就说出去外面玩的时候，谈恋爱的时候，就说男孩子在一边弹着，然后我们女孩子在一边唱，在一边跳这样的。
拿得恰，阿西达么多，拿得恰，阿西达么多，你达么多话带来，年岁几达么多呀，你的来查查达么多，多。
我们是彝家的酒歌，就是欢迎各位朋友到我们云南丘北做客。